Hey y'all, hey, it's Asia LaShelle here, and I'm back with another video. I know it's been a little while, guys, but I wanted to do this whole series for you guys. As you can see, it's going to be getting you guys prepared for Q1 of 2023. We're already almost a full month into Q4 of 2022. And what I want to do is help you guys start creating your content for the start of next year. So we're starting off on the right track and on the right foot. So we are going to be creating content for your social media platforms based on content pillars. And if you don't know what content pillars are, it's different categories of content that you create for your social media platform to keep your audience engaged. When you have a business, you can't just say, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. I got a sale, buy my stuff. People need to understand more about your product. You want to educate them. You want to engage with them. You want to inspire them. You want them to know more about your business than just buy from me, buy from me, buy from me, right? And so a lot of people get stuck with that. And so today I'm going to show you how to create 3 different templates for education about your product, right? So this is going to be specifically for people who are into selling hair or bundles. You can use these templates and modify them if you do nails or if you have a beauty brand or if you have a boutique. But I am going to be doing specific videos designing content for those types of businesses as well. But this is for hair care. So we're going to start for hair. Like I said, wigs or bundle, you can easily change this to hair care, bundle care, whatever you want to name it, right? So let's go ahead and get started. What I am going to do is I'm going to add a page right below this one, all right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on backgrounds, okay? And I'm going to select this background, which is under gradients here. It's the very first background. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into the color and I'm going to choose this pink. Hopefully you guys, this pink. Hopefully you guys have your brand colors. If you don't, go in here into the color picker, select your color that you want for your background. So now we have our background color. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is these borders here. Now I'm going to use border paper that I've purchased, but I'm going to show you where you can find something similar inside of Canva. Now you can go to Elements and you can just search for like gold glitter. Okay. And I always go to photos for this. All right, and so let's say I want to use this gold glitter. Now you see here, this has a crown, so that means that's Canva Pro. If you don't have Canva Pro, come up here and then you just select free and you apply your filter. Now you see like this one, this gold, you can drag that in there, then you can use that. Okay, if you have a free account, there's still some gold glitters for you to select from, okay? So here we go. And I'm going to do that. Okay. And I'm going to copy this. So you can just do Command C to copy and then Command V to paste. And it's Control V and Control C and Control V on Windows, okay? All right, so now I duplicated that because now I want to do this top border that's more solid. So now I'm just gonna put the word gold in. Search gold, and we're gonna look for photos and like, okay, here's a free gold, right here. So let's do that. So let's put the gold in there. All right, so we have gold. So we have the gold here, and then what did I do here? I did the same thing. So I'm going to copy this gold glitter border, come down here, drag it here, and then I'm going to copy this gold again. I'm going to drag it down here, and then I'm going to expand it. Wow, like that. All right, so now we have our gold borders. All right, the cool thing about this, right, because I don't necessarily want to use this gold. I'm just showing you guys if you have like Canva free. or whatnot. I have gold glitter packs that I've purchased, so I'm going to use the ones that I got. You can always swap out anything. See how I'm dragging that? Boom. And I'm going to drag this gold glitter. I'm going to use this one. Boom. And I'm going to do the same thing down here. And I'm going to do the same thing for this one. But I just wanted to show you guys, like, if you did not have your own packs of paper or whatever, then you can purchase them. And if you're interested in what these are called digital papers. You can go to Etsy, you can go to Creative Market. I always buy mine from Etsy because I noticed there are sellers on Etsy who are also on Creative Market, but their products are more expensive on Creative Market. So if you go to Etsy and let's say you wanted this, type in gold digital paper and you'll get a crap ton of options. All right, and they're normally packs of paper are pretty inexpensive, ranging anywhere from like $2 to $5 a pack. You normally, get 12 to 20 different prints in one pack, okay, depending on the seller. So here we go. So we got that in here. I like to start laying down my text, right? So what I'm going to do is click on text and just grab a text here, and I'm going to say your business presents, in my case, because I'm making a template, but I'm going to put my business, the Boutique Bay. And I'm going to make that capitalized, and I'm going to make that white. And if I'm not mistaken, I made this smaller. So I used the font size is 24. And I also changed the letter spacing to 170 because I want the letters to be spaced out. So I'm going to change this font size to 24. All right, and I'm going to change this letter spacing. You can use the dragger here, or in this case, I think I said it was 170. You can type it in, okay? And so I'm going to put that here, so, and center it, boom. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this, okay? And I'm going to type in wig care, okay? And I'm going to change the font to this. This font is called Fat. Have it at 96. And I have the letter spacing at -115. So I'm going to show you what that is. So let's change the text to fat. I want to change the color. I want to change the size to 96. And I'm going to change the letter spacing. Instead of dragging it out, I'm going to tighten this one up to, what I have it at 115. There we go. So that tightened that up. And then I also put an effect on here, which is a shadow. And I changed the blur to 20. And I changed the offset to 30. Okay? Boom. So now we have that done. Now we have wig here, there. And then I'm going to hit text again. And I'm just going to type in tips and tricks. Okay? And then the font that I use for this is called Holiday. It can be found if you want to search your fonts. If you click up here, I looked under handwriting. And so these are all the fonts that looks like, they're handwritten type script type stuff. So that's what I use for that. And I made it white. And I want to say the size. Okay, brought it up to 104. And I did not change anything on the spacing or anything like that. All right, so the Boutique Bay wig care tips and tricks. Okay, cool. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to elements, close out of this. We're gonna go to lines and shapes. And the shape I chose was this rounded square shape. Okay, I'm gonna change the color to black. All right, and I'm just going to make it big. Now, let me show you something. Inside of these shapes now, inside of Canva, you can actually type. So if I wanted to type whatever the tip was here, let me actually change the color back to pink so you can see it. So, if I wanted to type inside of this shape, I could, okay? I am not going to do that because when I tried this, I didn't like the spacing. how it's spaced out. So for example, let me show you what I'm talking about. So see this text here, right? I want to copy this text, and let's say I paste it here, all right? So let's say I want it to look like how I have it, right? I can change this if I like. But you kind of see how I want there to be more space around here than what this is allowing me to do. So I am not going to type in there. You can, though. You don't have to add text on top. You can just type right into the shape. If that works better for you, do it that way, okay? I just wanted to show you that there's, there's other options. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so now that we have that there, I'm going to grab text again, and I'm going to paste in what I wanted to say and drag that in like this. And let me check what size. I have it at 28. So let's change this to 28, and I have it on all caps. So let's do that. And cool. There we go. All right, I had it like that. And I'm going to center it. There we go. All right, so now that I have the text in there, and I feel like that's still not centered. There we go. All right, and so now that I have that, I'm going to hit text again, and I'm going to put my social handle. So at the boutique bay. Let me change this color so y'all can actually see it. Grab that pink, and I'm going to do that all caps, and I am going to change this font to fat, and that means I'm going to have to lower it. I think it was 16. Let me double check. Yep, it was 16, and I'm going to put that here. Okay. All right, so we have that. Boom, boom. All right, so the next thing we need to put our text here for our website. So what I'm going to do, being that's the same font here, and you see, let me show you this because some people run into this problem. You see how I'm trying to select the boutique bay, but because wig care is so big, I can't get to it. You just change. You can correct this by changing the position. If I move this one backwards, now the boutique bay is on top of this text. Okay, you ever run into that? That's how you fix it. All right, so now I'm going to copy this, move this down here, and now I'm just going to type in www.theboutiquebay.store. All right, and I'm going to change that text to black. Boom. All right, so we are essentially done. Now what we got to do is add our model. Now, some people, and I'm going to show you guys something that you can do depending on like what you have going on. But let's say because I know some people struggle with like photography, right? And having like very clean, nice pictures. You don't always have a picture that looks like this. Or let me show you one to have a better example. Something like this. You see how nice and clear that photography is. Her background is, pretty blank. So I could just easily use the background remover, and it pulls the background out, right? And so I can resize her. Like this. And then I can position her to the back. Okay? You could do something like that, okay? If you have a nice photograph. But I know a lot of beauticians, nail techs, you guys don't have like photography that looks like that, right? You more so have photos that look something like this, where you took a picture of somebody inside of your shop and then it's just like you got the background, all that kind of stuff, and you like, dang, how do I pull them out? Or sometimes when you pull the background out, it doesn't look good. This is how you can, here's an alternative. What you can do is you can come up to elements and you can go into frames. Let's go to frames, okay? So what you can do is you can choose a frame to put your photos in. So like, for example, you can use like one of these cute like little Polaroid frames. So I'm gonna do white, and then I'm gonna do this bright pink here for the words. So let's say you wanna do something like this, something where you can easily pop your picture into it. You feel what I'm saying? And then that way, let me show you how you do it like this if you don't have those like super professional pictures. And I'm going to push this to the back. All right. And so instead of that, we can go to back to our photos, wherever you have your pictures of your model saved. You can go in here, and now we can drag and drop pictures like this, right? Or like that into it. And then you can just resize that picture, right, to maybe focus more on the style, and something like this. You get what I'm saying? So you can do something like that. And you know how you see how this is kind of like messing with the words. You can just resize it. You can do something like that if you want. You can do something like that. And or if you don't want to use the Polaroids like that, just come back up here into elements, into your frames, and you can find something that works for you. One that's always easy to do is a cell phone. You can always use a cell phone. You feel me? Like make it a little bit bigger, put it at an angle, pop it on your design like this. I always do stuff kind of like that at a little angle, position it to the back, and then you can put your picture in like that. So then you can do something like this instead of having to worry about cutting out the background. So there's always options, and then you can come in here and play with the color of the phone. You can get it to match make it white, make it pop out if you want to, change it to a different color, pink, whatever. You see what I'm saying? So you don't have to have like these super professional pictures. And then a pro tip on something like this is just add a shadow behind it, so to make it stick out, so it don't look flat. So just search for shadows. Boom. And then we have a few of them inside of Canva that are free. So see this shadow right here? You see that? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it at the same angle of the phone, okay? And then I'm going to move it like this. Let me get the angle a little bit more accurate. Make this a little, oops, I didn't mean to move that. See, it happened to the best of us, y'all. It happened to the best of us. All right. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna position this to the back. Oop. And we're gonna move this over like this. And just make it a little bit bigger so it fits the length of the phone. Because really you just wanted to create some depth, right? So it don't look flat. You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't look flat anymore. So that's how you can do that if you have photos where it's just like, ooh, I don't like when I pull the background out of my pictures, it doesn't look good. You know, I just have pictures of girls in the shop. I don't really have like professional photography and all that kind of stuff. You can easily, you see what I'm saying? Boom, done. You're all good there, okay? So that's an alternative to this, all right? So now that we have the base design done, let's see how you can very quickly make modifications, okay, to the existing design, like what I did here. in what I did here. Very, very easy to do. All right, so let me show you. We'll just do this once and then you guys can play around with it, but you don't have to change. I want to make a duplicate of this. You don't have to change much. So what I did in this case was I removed my model. I moved hair care and tips and tricks over here. I moved the text box here. And I, did all of this. Boom, boom. Okay. And then here, what I did, let me ungroup this real quick. And then all I did here was I put this at an angle. Let me put this at a 2-degree angle, and I'm going to do the same thing for this one. I'm going to move it to a negative, or it to a 2-degree angle as well. I'm going to bring it down to right on the edge to where they look like, they're crisscrossing. All right, and then just to be extra, go to edit image, add a shadow, do a drop shadow. Boom. It is very slight, but these little things here, these are like some little pro tricks. Add shadow to create lift off of the page, okay, and create depth, All right, cool. So now we got a little crisscross on there. Now you got to do is put a different tip or trick on here. And for example, I changed the text color. And instead of this being black, instead of this being gold, I removed the gold. I came up here to elements, went to a regular square, and move this down. If you want to cooperate, here we go. I'm going to move this down, drag this over, move this down, and you see how it snaps. Boom, it snapped right there. And I'm going to change this to black. And boom, now we got a different design, okay? We have a different design. Again, you can put your model in here. Go grab one. Okay. So let's do her real quick. And then let's just move the background. Doing its thing. Now this is a Canva Pro feature, the background remover, but there's apps that you can utilize that will remove the background for you for free. Also, if you have an iPhone that has the latest operating system on it, all you have to do is have the picture, hold the picture, like press and hold on the picture. It will automatically remove the background for you. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah. Okay. So I'm going to resize her just a little bit. There we go. And we'll move her to the back. And there we go. So we have a different one. Now the reason why I created these different ones like this, right? Let me show you guys. All right. So you see this looks cute, right? But one of the things that Canva can do, and I'm going to show you this, click on styles. This is a Canva Pro feature, like to create all these different palettes like this. They do have some already made up palettes inside of Canva that you can use, like this one would be cute or whatnot. You choose whatever one you like. But if you have Canva Pro, you can create your own palettes. And let me show you how palettes work. So you see how I have this color palette here, this pink one. If I tapped on it, it'll literally like shuffle my colors around. You understand? You see what it's doing? You see how that did it shuffled my colors around within my color palette. So it makes sure, so even if you have the same content, because I know a lot of people are like, oh God, I don't want to post the same thing over and over again. Doing this will create different content for you. You see what I'm saying? Using your color palette. So your content will look consistent. So even if you posted the same thing over again, it's going to look slightly different and it won't look like you're just reposting the same thing over and over and over again to your audience, right? You can vary up the design like I did here. You see what I'm saying? I varied up the design and I changed up the color a little bit. And so that way you're always on brand, right? You're using the same color palette for all of your designs. So I highly suggest that you use the same palette. Like I could apply this design using this palette here. You understand? You see how quickly that was? And all you gotta do is make a quick tweak. Maybe you don't like it, that pink color. That pink didn't look good on there, but you just switch it to white. And look how fast I was able to apply a different brand color to a template. You see that? Boom. How cute is that? Right? And so again, I'm gonna probably change that to white, or you can change it to black. But look at how good that looks. That is the same design, right? And we were able to quickly change it using our color palette. So that's how you can quickly create content for your business, because then all you having to do is swap out models real quick, put in a different tip for your client, and boom, you can upload it for your business. So hopefully you guys have found this helpful. I'm going to, again, do a whole nother series. This one is for hair care tips. I'm going to do one for nails, and I'm also going to do probably one for beauty and one for boutique. But this is for hair care or wig care, whatever you want to do, type tips. I'm going to do this design, okay? So hopefully you guys have found this helpful. These templates will be available in my shop. Check the link in the description. Also a link for Canva Pro for free for 30 days. So I will catch y'all on the next one.